severe weather is expected across our area today, so let's get right into it here. Right now, there's nothing going on in the immediate area here. You see a broken line of thunderstorms really from the Red River here all the way down to about Abilene, close to Ballinger there. So there are storms closer to the cold front. Nothing is severe out here at the moment. But what we're going to see in the next couple of hours, and you can already see little signs of it here near Stephenville, we will see development of storms across the western portions of our area. Those will move eastward. That could be our first of 2 rounds of severe storms today. They'll be close together. We're not going to have much of a lull in between, but there will be, at least if the models carry, 2 distinct severe weather opportunities for our area today. Temperatures, we're going to be warm out there, 80, 81 degrees. You can feel it this morning. It is muggy out there, and I mean, we're already in the mid to upper 70s across our area right now, so we won't warm up much. Clouds, rain hanging around, so we won't get too hot today, but it is plenty muggy out there. And overnight tonight, though, you're going to feel the change behind that cold front, 55, 56 degrees. It will be an event where the cold front will move in tonight. We will definitely feel that by tomorrow morning, and tomorrow afternoon, we're only going to be getting into the 60s. So we will feel fall, but spring has to make a stop by first. Spring won't be very much evident in the allergen forecast for today, though. Juniper ragweed low, and that is a plus out there. It is a silver lining to today, where the weather could otherwise be fairly rough, but hey, we'll take whatever we can get on a day like today. I want to familiarize yourself with SLIM. This helps explain our weather situation today. We had, for one, I just had, I think my dad texted me just a few minutes ago asking, hey, is there a triple point out there? And we often talk about the triple point where you have a cold front, the dry line, and then the warm front. The warm front brings in the warm, moist air. The dry line brings in the dry air that heats more efficiently, and then the cold front pushes it all in with cool air, and that oftentimes can be your setup for severe weather. We had a dry line. The cold front has largely caught up with that dry line. The cold front is a little more advanced, I think, than this, but just for this demonstration, let's put the front over there. It gives me a little more room to work with. So what we have here, and you can see this, is divergence in the, or maybe I can see it if I do it this way better, divergence in the jet stream here. So one going more north, one going a little more northeast here. That split allows for, well, let me actually start with this. Let me go in order here. I'm getting ahead of myself. So SLIM, shear, lift, instability, and moisture. Those are the 4 ingredients you basically need for your classic severe weather setup. So the first is shear. You can see there are 2 wind directions going on here. These are upper level winds in the white, upper level winds. Here are lower level winds. Here at the surface, you're feeling that moist, muggy southeast wind coming up from the Gulf. That's bringing in the moisture. At the lower levels, it's moving in from the southeast. At the upper levels, coming from the southwest. That will often create that spin, that rotation in the atmosphere. That will generally lead to gustier winds, stronger winds in a storm, larger hail, and yes, a few tornadoes. So that is our shear element. Our lift, well, here we go. So that comes from the split in the atmosphere. What happens is the jet stream splits here, and in between the two, there's kind of this void here, so that lifts the air, makes it buoyant. You hear us talk about lift or buoyancy in terms of those meteorological terms there, but that is where we get our lift. Now, instability is not especially high today, at least not this morning. We will be warming up, and so that will increase a little bit, but instability by itself is not that majorly high today, but it will be made up by the others. And moisture, we've already talked about how muggy it is out there with that southeast wind at the surface bringing in that moisture. So we have a perfect setup today for those severe storms to develop, and we will see those. And really, we could see them all the way from the midday hours all the way into the evening. So let's time this out for you. This is 11 a.m. This is the HR latest full run here. It runs every hour. So as I'm filming this, it's already running another one. But this is the latest that we have. Already showing storms. Of course, it shows that broken line to the west, but it shows storms ahead of it. And by the time we get to 1 p.m., that line out west is closer. But we do have several thunderstorms could be strong to severe across our area here. And then by 3 o'clock, we start to notice things change. Those initial storms move off to the northeast, but we start to see this line developing. And I understand that this is right around school dismissal time. You will want to pay attention to the weather if you're on the school side or the parent picking up side. You will want to pay attention to this. Make sure you are paying attention to those messaging methods that the school districts use to keep folks informed. I've covered storms during a dismissal before. Sometimes they'll hold the kids if they think it's unsafe for them to get into the cars, those kinds of things. Make sure you are tuned in with those schools so that you know what to expect to keep your kids safe. By 5 o'clock, we're seeing a pretty good line here, but what I want you to pay attention to, and I was just texting another meteorologist about this line is not moving that quickly. It's not displacing that fast. And if we even go to 7 o'clock, it's still in our area. That slow movement has been a trend in these models. That increases the flood risk for today. If we have all of this rain falling over an extended period of time, that is going to cause some flood issues. So that is something to consider. By 9 o'clock tonight, most of this is moving east. We still have it kind of hanging around our area. By 11 o'clock, the strongest storms have moved east. We may still have some rain falling here, though. Again, that flooding risk may be something to consider here. We'll probably have more rain behind that line, and then early tomorrow morning, we could see even more showers, probably early in the day, I would say ending by 10, 11, 12 o'clock tomorrow. And then we'll have a nice afternoon. But could be some showers on the back end of this front, the back end of this system. And then we have a little bit of a break the rest of the day, Tuesday and early Wednesday, before more rain possible on Thursday. And then we go late Wednesday, Thursday, go from there. For today, here's the severe weather risk. We are still in that slight risk in our area. That enhanced risk has dipped down towards the Metroplex, not quite there, but really from Denton, Plano, Dallas, almost to Tyler on north is that enhanced risk. The highest risk of severe weather today will be north and east of us, and really, I won't be too surprised if they don't extend this enhanced risk maybe a little further south east of us, but we will have to watch and see. For our area, fortunately, I think the highest risk won't necessarily be here. Now, if they drop that enhanced risk into our area, I won't be shocked, but I think for right now, we can count on most of the severe weather risk, indeed the highest tornado risk, being north and east of our area. But I will, of course, continue to watch that for you. Here's the breakdown. I know some of you were asking for this yesterday. Tornado risk overall, I have it fairly low. I think we still will see a few tornadoes out there. I think we will be under a tornado watch at some point, but I think that it's a low enough risk in general that we won't see a major outbreak of them or anything, but I think that we will at least, at very least, see some rotating thunderstorms. Will those become tornadoes? Well, you never really know. But I have it at about the half low risk here. I haven't seen enough to make it a low. If the Storm Prediction Center updates us later, we'll see what that does. But I do think that it's a low end, but still there tornado risk, so we will be watching that today. Damaging wind and hail will be the primary risks for today. Those strong storms, especially late afternoon, evening with that straight line coming through. Damaging winds will be a threat there. Large hail with those individual storms earlier in the day will be a possibility. Those rotating updrafts love to make large hail. Flooding will be a problem today if that line does not move through quickly, especially if we get the first round of storms, you get a lot of rain with that, and then that line's moving through fairly slowly. Yeah, that could cause some problems here. So as we continue on, I will be watching to see if that threat increases throughout the day. Overall, the takeaway for today, stay tuned. Today, 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms. That's probably closer to 100, but I can't rule out that maybe one or two of you might be on the drier end of this. Tomorrow morning, 30-40% chance of showers. I may bump that up if we have things change throughout the day. I think that ends by noon. Evening is nice, 67 degrees for your high tomorrow. Wednesday, most of the day looks dry, but in the afternoon, evening hours could have a few showers going on. And then our next system arrives Thursday and Friday. Thursday looks like it could be kind of a rainy, dreary day. Highs only in the low 70s. Friday could be seeing some more strong to severe thunderstorms. It's looking like another classic springtime setup here. The difference, it will be cooler, so that could factor into things. I'll be keeping an eye on that trend as we go. Low chance of rain Saturday, and then Sunday looks dry. We don't get out of the 70s though. If you look at the forecast, we have 80 degrees, and then we stay fairly cool. So we're actually going to hang on with fall weather for a while and stay right around normal, where we should be. Stay tuned to South Metro weather throughout the rest of the day. Make sure that you have ways to receive warnings. Go back to the post I made yesterday, I'll make it again today, where we had links for 3 of our 4 core counties that provide a text, call, email service to you free of charge with tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, whatever you sign up for there, personalized to your part of the county. Stay tuned throughout the rest of the day. I will bring updates on the approaching and later occurring severe weather event as we go through the rest of the day, particularly starting about 11, 12 o'clock and continuing on through the late afternoon and evening hours.